This is the Rising Goddess Podcast, and I'm your host, Michelle Torrance. This is a space where when we start diving deep, we're talking spiritual, mental, and physical. We're getting real and connecting with ourselves and others in the most intimate ways. We'll be talking all things sacred sexual, relationship building, womb healing, connection, and connecting with and through our bodies, how to use our sexual and sensual energies to create, manifest, and heal our lives in our individual and collective ancient feminine lines, while intertwining our healing and connection with the divine masculine. We'll learn from amazing humans who take time and share their wisdom and sacred healing magic. Rising humans who are here in this world to be healers, teachers, guides, priestesses, warriors, shamans, and all divine sisters and brothers in rising. We'll get witchy, sassy, sexy, and saucy, talking all things that align us with our true nature and authentic selves, creating a community of divine feminine and masculine rising to be a massive part in this shift of world healing. So grab some green juice, light some cannabis, get your blankets, or sit by the fire. Let's rise up together. Catch you on the inside, dolls. What is up, my beautiful rising humans, and welcome to this next episode. This episode is something that I've been thinking about for quite a bit of time. I haven't done it yet because I haven't fully felt, aligned or inspired to take that action to actually do the recording, and I was inspired today. So I am doing this episode on manifesting. Is it a cop-out? This word has a lot of controversy around it. It has been used over and over again for quite a few years. And I think that there is a complete misunderstanding of what manifesting actually is. And the reason why I know that there is a misunderstanding is because I was misunderstanding it for a very, very long time. And so now having clarity, being clear on manifesting, understanding what it is, why it's important, and especially with my work being specifically around manifesting through orgasmic energy, this is a really hot topic word for me. So I wanted to do this episode to really get clear, help clarity, just kind of talk about, what my thoughts are on the word manifesting. And I'd love to have the conversation. As you know, we always have conversations here in the Rising Goddess community. It is open conversation. That is what this is all about. When we are open with conversation, we can pull things out, different ideas that you may have thought were truth for you, but you are able to see it from a different perspective and are able to get curious and question that idea and see if it really truly is your personal truth. So, manifesting. I think right now a lot of people use the word manifesting as a cop-out or a bypass, depending on where they are at in their awareness and their journey. Why do I say a cop-out or a bypass? Because I think sometimes when somebody asks a question, or what are you doing? Are you going to get this? Are you going to go here? Are you going to do this? An easy answer, especially in this day and age right now, as everyone is, waking up and becoming more consciously aware, the easy answer is to say, I'm manifesting it, right? It seems in my community, and if you're listening to this podcast, then obviously you are part of my tribe and in my community in some way, shape, or form. And so I'm manifesting it is an answer that can be given. Now, whether or not your intention is to manifest it or not, that's really up to you and finding your truth. And how do you know if you are just using it as a bypass? And how do you know if you are using it with pure intention to fully manifest whatever it is that you want into this 3D physical existence? It's all about feelings. It's all about how you're feeling. It's all about tapping in, right? Abraham says, tune in, tap in, turn on. And what that means is you're tuning in to your higher self. You're tuning in to your emotional guidance system, as the lovely Gabby says, right? You're tuning into your yin, your emotional guidance system, tapping in, and you're really tapping in to the energy of the desire that you want, the material thing, whatever it is that you are seeking, right? You are tapping into that specific energy. Everything is a vibration. Every single thing in this world is a vibration, whether it is us as humans, whether it's your cell phone or your cup of coffee or your laptop, money, everything is a vibration, an energetic vibration. And so when you can tune into your centered, grounded self, into your higher self, your alignment, right? When you can tune into that, then you can start to tap in to the energy, the frequency, the vibration of the desire that you are seeking. Now, manifesting, let's just kind of take a little step back. Why do we want to manifest, right? People, we want goals. We want to achieve these goals, right? We think that we're going to be happy once we achieve the goal, the actual manifested goal, right? The money, the house, the car, the relationship, everything like that. We think that we're going to be happy once we have those manifested items. But ultimately, what really gets our fire lit, what really turns us on is the feeling of having that goal, that house, that relationship, that car, that the $10,000, $100,000 months, the big business, all of that stuff. It's the feeling of once we have it. So since everything is a vibration and time doesn't exist, we'll have another conversation on that, then you can truly tap into the vibration of what it is that you want, right? And then you tap into the feeling of already having it. What would it feel like to have that dream home? How would you feel in the relationship, being in a relationship with another conscious being, co-creating things? How would it feel to have that amazing and abundant income come in for the creations that you are making? How would you feel having that freedom of being your own boss or the financial freedom? How would that feel? How would you feel? And when you can tap into that, then that is how you turn on manifesting, right? But it's not, this is where I think the confusion comes in, and this is where I think a lot of the controversy comes in too. We've been living in this hustle, linear, masculine energy for so long, thousands of years, right? And so we are taught as we grow up, work hard. And I get it. Working hard is a big part of the human experience. And I'll explain the difference between working hard and working hard. There's two energetic vibrations on that, okay? And so, but we're taught go, do, work, be, all of these things, hustle. And we are burning ourselves out. We're not even tuning in to ourselves. We're not tuning in to the vibration that is us. And because we're not tuning into us, we're tapped into all of these other things, all of these other beings, all of these other vibrations. And so we think that we have to go. We think we have to do. We think we have to work hard. Now, I love Gary Vee. I love him, and I use Gary as an example quite a bit on this show because I love him. A, he's been a huge, major impact in my life. B, and it's a clear example and a clear way of how to distinguish between hustle energy and flow energy. And so we are taught to work hard. And when we work hard, then we can achieve everything, right? And that is true. When we are working hard on something that we are loving, something that we have a passion for, something that lights our fire and keeps it burning. It's the stoke to the flame. It's the red log that Doc throws in on the train, right? It's that kind of working hard, because then when you're working hard with the passion that you have, the desires and the fun and the creation, then it's not really work, is it? Right? You hear this all the time. You see it on Facebook. You see all the, all of the coaches. I'm doing all this and all of that. So working hard is an important thing, but there's also a time where inaction is extremely, extremely important. And sometimes, and I was talking to my friend Claire earlier today, and sometimes maybe the action of the inaction is really some of the most important action, because we can't tap into anything if we are not tuned into us. And how we can tune into us is by surrendering all that we don't have control over. I'm not talking submission, I'm talking surrender. And when you let go, when you surrender what you know you cannot control, then what that does is that gives you open space to really allow yourself to turn on to what you can control, right? That turns on your receptive, your receiving vibe, right? Your crown chakra opens up, and then all of the ideas start coming through, the downloads, the all of these amazing ideas of like, oh my gosh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, right? And so by allowing that inaction to be really, truly intense action, which is that's your self-care, right? You hear all of these coaches and entrepreneurs talk about self-care. That's part of the self-care. Yes, it is going through and it's pulling, going through your shit, and it's shifting things out and releasing and all that stuff. But the self-care of tuning in, becoming still, becoming quiet, allowing yourself to fully become what it is that you want to manifest vibrationally first. That is where the important work is. Let me repeat that. The important work is really taking the time to become the vibrational existence, the vibration of the manifestation that you want to have here with you in this time and space now. So I think where a lot of people either get confused or misconstrue what manifesting is, thinking that because I'm really tuning in vibrationally, I'm really tapping into my own desire of what it is that I want, and then I'm turning on, I'm becoming the vibration of what it is that I want. People think that that's inaction and not doing, and that it's a cop-out, and that you're just waiting for something to happen. But manifestation does take action, but it's the right kind of action, just like I talked about earlier in working hard. Taking action on something that you fucking hate is not going to get you what it is you fucking want. Taking action, inspired action, only comes from you tuning in and tapping into the vibration and becoming what it is that you are seeking to manifest here into this 3D time and space realm. That is how inspired action comes about. And then, yes, this is when you need to do. This is when you take that step forward. And this is where a lot of people start to fuck up, myself included, for many, many years. We are all master manifestors. We are all at just different levels standing in our way. When we choose to step to the side, then we let ourselves go through. So inspired action, you can tell it feels right because you feel excited. You feel lit up. You feel like time is just going. You're doing all this work, and it's like all of a sudden time flew by and you're like, what the fuck happened? Where did all this time go? But you have been creating for hours. You're excited. You have all of these, oh gosh, this can help this person and this can serve this person. And oh my gosh, we can really make a difference in this world by this. Like that is the inspired action to do. And that is how manifesting happens. When the thought and the emotion match, boom, manifestation occurs. Then you take action, right? You take it upon that self, that intuition, that ing. All of it's the same thing. Here's my theory. And well, how I describe it for myself. I'm pretty sure this is how it works, based off of my own knowledge. Again, I learn all day, every day. And what I learn, I share. But here's how I see it. I see it as we are, right? Amanda Frances, she's an amazing manifesting teacher, right? She teaches that you already have it. It's already there. Now you're just taking the steps to get there. Now you're just doing the human actions, right? And that really helps me for visualizing it. If we're already there, then your higher self, the being that has already become what it is that you are seeking, that being is giving you those little intuitive hits, those little feelings, or the thought of, oh, let me look into this or something, or oh, let me write this down, or you're listening to something and a word like pops out at you, and then it triggers a research of something else, and then all of a sudden that opens up. Your higher being, the you that has already become what it is that you want or seek or have, is giving you tings and hits within your system, right? To little clues, right? Where's your little notebook? Where's your handy dandy notebook? Grab your fucking handy dandy notebook and listen to the fucking clues. And it's those clues that will lead you, the action steps, to the you who has already become it. So if somebody's working on manifesting something, I fully believe that is a valid answer to give, especially if your intention is truly already there, right? You're already doing the work. You're visualizing yourself. So now, if you're doing what you know you have control over, and let's say you're trying to figure out, you're not sure about the timing, you're not sure about the funds yet, you have priorities that in your life that may be above it, that are more important. And while that is an important priority, I just bumped my mic there, y'all. That is, and while that is an important priority, whatever you're trying to do, if it's not in the top 3 to 5 priorities of your life, then putting it on a manifestation list, taking action towards things that you know can help it, and then surrendering the rest of it to the universe is really the only way to do it. But if your intention is not to, then no, you're not manifesting it. Then that's the time when you should be real with yourself. That's the time when you're like, why am I saying I'm manifesting it if I really don't want it? Or even just a simple question of, do I want this? And if you don't, that's okay. And if you do, that's okay. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just your truth. But are you allowing yourself to tap into your truth, right? Are you allowing yourself to really answer that question from a place of really diving into what you want? Do you even know what you want? That's the next question. Do you know what you want? And if you don't know what you want, then we move even deeper, right? How do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? Danielle Laporte has the Desire Map. I highly encourage everyone to go. I have the Desire Map planner. If you guys are following my stories, you see me writing in it pretty much almost every day. I write my core desires every single day. How do I want to feel daily? I want to feel mystical. I want to feel magical, financially free, boundless, present, expanding, intuitive, intentional, and fiercely feminine. I want to feel these every day. I want to embody these, and I want to manifest these emotions and as a physical response in my 3D world. That's all manifesting is. It's just the physical response to your vibrational match, right? Law of attraction. So, how do you know if you don't know what you want? How do you figure that out? Always go with how you want to feel. How do you want to feel? And if you don't know how you want to feel, then that's where you need to start. One thing, start with gratitude. What are you grateful for? And when you can be honest with yourself of what you're grateful for, no matter how big or small, every single thing is a miraculous spiritual experience. This is a spiritual experience for me right now. This is a miraculous experience for me right now. This is a manifesting experience for me right now. So I am grateful for all the things I see, even the dirty laundry. I'm grateful for my bills, right? Because if I didn't pay bills, then I wouldn't have my power. I wouldn't have electricity, right? I wouldn't have my internet, and I wouldn't be fighting with the cable people all the time. So once you find out and you really get clear on what you're grateful for, no matter how big or small, then you can start to shift into how do you want to feel. We are always throwing off desires of things that we want, right? Every time we know what we don't want, every time we experience something we don't want, we instantly set off a rocket of desires, Abraham says, right? We set off a arrow, a flame, whatever it is, a shooting star. We instantly know what we do want at the core. That's when action starts happening, but only if you allow yourself to. So those are ways to really understand if you are really intentionally manifesting or if you are using it as a bypass. What is a bypass, right? I say this word a lot. A bypass, you're passing by the truth of the situation. You're putting on a mask, you're sticking your head in the sand, you're running through, you're not paying attention to it, and you're slapping on a Band-Aid saying, oh, I'll just manifest it, and then not think about it. And if you're somebody who is working on manifesting and you're at that phase, which we all go through that phase, everything in life is a pendulum swing, right? We start one way, and then once we become aware, awake to something, then we automatically pendulum swing to the opposite side, right? And so some of you may be in this phase right now of manifesting where you're into the phase of the waiting, where you are in a waiting phase, right? And you're like, I'm just going to wait and manifest and let the universe. That's an important part of the process. That's an important part of the process. And the process is everything in life. That's why we're here. We're here because of the process. And if we don't fall in love with this process, then we're not falling in love with life every single motherfucking day. So if you are in a phase right now where manifesting and you are in the waiting phase, that is really you learning how to trust and surrender to the universe, God, goddess, light, source, whatever. So if you are in that phase and someone is saying, well, don't use it as a cop-out, we also don't want to be insensitive regarding the process and where each person is in their process. Not everything is a Nike slogan. Not everything is a Nike slogan. Sometimes, all times, before we just do it, we need to just be it. We need to be it. You hear this all the time. Even Tony Robbins, right? Be, do, have. Become what it is, who it is that you want to be. Then do the work. Just be it first. Then you can just do it. And then, my beautiful rising humans, you can just have it. So it all goes together. And again, no, wherever you are in the process of manifesting, whether you are in this phase of still in this linear hustle, go, 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 I encourage you to start to allow yourself to relax and fall into fun. Play is the number one way to manifest. Children have it, and then adults tell them to stop fucking playing around and get serious about their fucking life. Oh my God. Play is where it's at. So if you are in this do, hustle, 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 go, go, go all the time, then I encourage you to find a way, a simple step, even if it's 30 minutes a day, to play. Whether it's running outside, whether it's being silly, whether it's blowing bubbles, whether it's riding your bike, whether it's playing basketball, I don't care what it is, some form of play. And what that will do is that will start to slowly release the pendulum, and it'll start to come down, and you'll start to move. And you may think you don't know what you're doing. You may think you're going crazy. That's part of life. Once you start waking up, as you start doing this, you think you're going crazy. You really do. But then you realize you are a sane one in a world of craziness. And the other sane ones of your tribe, your soul tribe, will find you once you do that. So then allow yourself to move into the other side of the pendulum. Allow yourself to play around in the surrender and the waiting and the visualizing and the dreaming and all of these things, because that is where we must have it first. But that's not where it stays. So then allowing yourself to go to that phase. Now, if you are in a phase of manifesting where you are in the quote unquote waiting phase, right? Or what I like to call the practicing and learning how to surrender and trust the universe, light, love, source, goddess phase, then I encourage you that when you feel that ting inside, right? Since you're really listening and you're learning how to listen to your intuition, when you feel that ting of action inside, then that is boom, when it's time to release it from that side of the pendulum and come back down to the middle and start taking inspired action. The difference between inspired action and just action is inspired action is driven by how you want to feel, and it lights your fire. And action is just doing something because you have to. Now, yes, we've got responsibilities in this human 3D world, of course. But I'm talking about manifesting, creating the life that you want. Fun, passion. And I specifically teach on how to manifest through orgasmic energy, which is the number one fastest way to tap in, to tune in and tap in and turn on all at the same time. So, thanks for hanging with me this long. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your ideas. I really just would love to carry this conversation over to my Facebook page. So head on over to the Rising Goddess Facebook page. And let's, underneath this post from this episode being dropped, let's keep the conversation going. Where are you in your phase of manifesting process? Where are you? There's no right or wrong phase in the process. It's all a process. So where are you? And are you happy where you're at? And if you're not, where do you want to go? How do you want to feel? And if you're listening to this and you're finding yourself, fuck, I guess I'm manifesting it as a bypass or a cop-out because you just don't know, then I encourage you to go broad. How do you want to feel? And if you don't know how you want to feel, then go broader. What are you grateful for? So this has been a great conversation. I'm so glad that you've hung out with me. And if you find value in this, then definitely share this. Let's get this word out. Let's really shift the thought process and the awareness and keep this conversation going as an open conversation so other people can really tap in and learn. So I'm excited. So I'll catch you on the next time.